You are going to find this document because someone will tell you to look for it. Please read it in order. Please do not skip to the end. The call happened on a Tuesday. You know which Tuesday. You have been replaying it since then, not because you don't remember it. You remember it precisely, better than almost anything that has ever happened to you. But because replaying it is the only way you have found to get comfortable with what it means. You are not there yet. You will not be there for a while. That is okay. This document is not asking you to be comfortable. It is asking you to understand the sequence. Here is the sequence. Your phone rang. The number on the screen was your number, not a similar number, your exact number, the one you have had for 11 years, the one that is printed on your business cards and saved in your mother's contacts under your name, the one you are looking at right now. Your first thought was that it was a spoofing error. Phone carriers sometimes display malformed numbers. You have heard of people receiving calls that appear to come from their own number. Telemarketers, scammers, technical artifacts. You answered with mild irritation. The voice on the other end was yours, not similar to yours, not a recording of yours, not an impression of yours. The precise vocal timbre, cadence, and register that you hear when you listen to voicemails you have sent yourself. The version of your voice that sounds strange and real at the same time. The voice said your name. You said, "What?" The voice said, "I know this is disorienting. I'm sorry. I don't have much time and I need you to write something down. Can you write something down?" You said nothing. The voice said, "I know you're trying to figure out if this is a prank." It isn't. I can prove it in about 10 seconds. You have a small crescent-shaped scar on the inside of your left elbow from when you were 9 years old. A bicycle chain. And you have never told anyone where it actually came from, including the version of that story you usually tell. You never told anyone, because the real version involves a dare you made to yourself in an empty parking lot, and you still feel stupid about it. You looked at the inside of your left elbow. The voice said, "Write this down." You wrote it down. You have the paper somewhere. If you don't have the paper anymore, you remember what it said. You will remember it until you are very old. The first line was, "This is the last time I can reach you from here." You asked, "From where?" The voice said, "It's complicated. It's a timing problem. The window I have to reach this point is narrow, and I've already used most of it in earlier attempts. This is the last iteration where you answer. In the earlier ones, you didn't pick up, and I couldn't leave a message because the number reads as yourself, and your voicemail screens it. I've been trying for..." It said a word you didn't understand, or possibly a word that doesn't exist yet, to get through. You asked, "What do you mean earlier attempts?" Earlier than what? The voice said, "I'm you from approximately 3 years from now, and I need you to know that the choice you are going to make in 7 weeks is wrong. I'm not here to stop you from making it. I can't stop you from making it. I couldn't stop myself from making it. What I'm here to do is make sure you understand when you are on the other side of it that there was a different way, and you missed it. And I'm here to tell you what the different way is, so that when you come out the other side, which you will, you have it. You have the information. It becomes something you carry forward, instead of something that breaks you. You asked, what choice? The voice said, I'm not going to tell you what the choice is. If I tell you what the choice is, you'll think I'm wrong, because you feel right about it right now, and you'll dismiss this entire call as a psychological artifact, stress, projection, whatever label feels comfortable. You have to arrive at it yourself. What I'm giving you is what comes after. You asked, what comes after? The voice said, write down the following. It paused. You heard, in the background, a sound like a room that has too much paper in it. A thick, breathing, quiet. It said, write down that the person you lose in the fall of that year will contact you in the spring of the year after. Don't let it pull you back. They will seem like themselves. They will have reasons. But you will have noticed, before the contact comes, 3 specific things that feel wrong. You'll know what they are when you see them. And those 3 things are the signal. When all 3 are present, step back. You asked, what 3 things? The voice said, I can't tell you. If I tell you, you'll construct them and see them everywhere and nowhere. You have to discover them organically, but you will know. I promise you will know. You said, this is insane. The voice said, I know. I said the same thing. You asked, when I call myself from the future, or whatever this is, will I believe that it worked? The voice paused again. You heard that papery quiet. It said, I don't know yet. This is the last window. I won't know if it worked because after this call closes, my access to this point closes with it. This is a one-way communication. I am talking to you and you cannot reach me back. And when we hang up, that's the full extent of what I was able to do. You asked, is there anything else? The voice said, one thing. The thing you're afraid is happening in your sleep. The thing you have not mentioned to anyone. The thing that started about 6 months ago and has been getting worse, and you have not named it even internally, because naming it makes it real. That's not what you think it is. It's not a symptom of anything wrong with you. It is a response to something external. I don't know exactly what the external thing is, but I know it's not internal, and I know you've been carrying the fear that it is. You can put that down. You didn't say anything for a while. The voice said, I have about 30 more seconds before this closes. You asked, does it get better? The voice said, yes. Not in the way you mean right now, but yes. You asked, are you okay? The voice said, I'm working on it. The call dropped. You sat with the phone in your hand for a long time. The call log on your phone showed an incoming call from your own number. 41 seconds long. That is the call. You know it's the call. You have checked. The carrier has no record of the call originating from your number. They have no record of it originating from any number. The 41-second call in your log appears to their system as an internal device notation, a time-stamped entry that the phone generated, not one that was transmitted. This is, they tell you, technically impossible. You have not told anyone about this. Not yet. You are telling us now, which means you found this document when you were ready to tell someone. And you found us because someone told you we were the right office. We are glad you reached out. The registry documents accounts like yours because we believe the accounts are real. And because we believe the people who submit them deserve a record. We do not investigate them in the sense of trying to disprove them. We do not refer callers to psychological services because that is not what this office does. And because the people who reach us have almost always already considered that option themselves. We ask instead that you answer the following questions in whatever depth you are comfortable with. Has anything happened in the 7 weeks since the call that you believe is connected to what the voice described? Have you identified the 3 things? We ask this not to satisfy our curiosity, but because we have received 6 similar reports over the past 4 years. In 3 of those cases, the caller was able, in a follow-up submission, to confirm that the sequence the voice described had unfolded more or less as described. In 2 of those cases, the caller reported that knowing about the sequence ahead of time did not prevent it, but did, as the voice in your case suggested, change how they came out the other side. In the 6th case, the caller never followed up. We think about that one sometimes. We are not going to tell you what to do. We are not going to tell you the choice is coming and you should prepare. You already know it's coming. In the way you know things you are not ready to look at directly. What we want to say, what this registry has said to everyone who has ever submitted a case like this, is the following. The call was real. The sequence is real. The 3 things will be real when you see them. You are not imagining this. You are not broken. You answered the phone. That matters more than you know. Whatever comes next, the fall, the contact, the long process of working out what it means to be handed the information you were handed. You are not going through it without a record. We are here. We have noted the date of your... We are watching for the spring. Spring with the Carnity.